Now, we turn to success for Clare at the recent National Indoor Rowing Championships. The event took place in the UL Sports Arena last weekend, and it was a day's success for Shane O'Malley, the Cree native, becoming a national indoor rowing champion again after claiming the same title back in 2025. And Shane is on the line now. Shane, good morning to you.
Good morning, Alan. How are you?
I am very well. I'm sure I'm not doing as well as you, though. We were chatting to you last year, and I feel this is going to become an annual occurrence. Well done.
Thank you. I know, I'm delighted. It was very, very happy with it. I didn't, being honest, I was hoping it would happen, but you can't be sure of these things.
No, you can't be sure, but I suppose you can only put in the best preparation you possibly can, and you defended your title at the National Indoor Rowing Championships, which took place in UL on Saturday. Was this, how did this win feel if you stacked up against the previous year? Was it sweeter, tougher, or different from last year?
Much harder this year. I kind of 9 months of work done in order to get to this point, and like, being honest, I suppose with my disability, being blind, there's a lot more planning involved in between, like Michael Corrie, who's my mental motivator, Joe Cunningham, my coach, and Kevin Shlew, the strength and conditioning in KFC Athletic in Kilrush. Like, they really kind of give me what I needed. And then Mum and Dad, with the early starts in the morning to get down to Castleconnell to the boat club in order to train, get the coaching required. Like, it has been, this kind of one has been tougher, but it's been more sweet because you're able to give back to everyone that has given so much time to get me here.
And like, how much preparation do you put into something like this? And particularly, I don't know, does it change? Does your preparation change or intensify or increase because you're defending your title and maybe there's a bit more pressure there? Like, how far out are you training? What does a typical training week look like for you?
Being honest, I started in March last year, and you're kind of talking 2 days in the gym with Kevin, 1 day a week on the water with Joe Cunningham in the Castleconnell Boat Club, and then I get my training program from Castleconnell every month, which basically tells you what's ahead of you for the week. So it's kind of, you're talking 6 days a week training.
Okay, that sounds like a lot, 6 days a week. Well, look, I suppose that makes it all the better when it pays off.
Well, it does. It makes it very nice. And the one thing is, as I said, like, it's great to be able to give back. I suppose I can't give a lot back, but it's great to be able to kind of stand up on the podium, represent who you have to represent, and show like that their effort paid off in you and their time, and you just have to do the best you can.
Did you make any particular changes in your training compared to the previous year, or, you know, what you were doing won it for you in 2025? It's a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. More of the same, please.
More or less, yeah, but it was still the same thing. Is it kind of depends on the time of the year, it changes. We'd say usually there's a lot of kind of base building stuff done all year round, and then it's kind of, once it comes closer to race time, kind of maybe 2 or 3 months out, you kind of start to up the intensity for the 2 kilometre piece in order to try and get you ready for the suffering that will happen.
As you said, you are a visually impaired rower. So what does that mean in terms of your training, Shane? How do you adapt your training and racing to compete at this level?
I'm lucky enough because I suppose there's a lot of technology there. Like, when I lost my eyesight was the first year that the iPhone brought out the voice-over command. So my iPhone will speak to me through an earphone. So my monitor on my rowing machine will actually talk to the iPhone, and then the iPhone will kind of repeat back what's on the monitor to me I think it's set every 2 minutes. So I kind of I go by feel, by the sound of the actual flywheel, and then just wait for the information to be fed back and then make adjustments on that. It's not easy, but I'm doing it now with 2 years, and with all the help I'm getting, it's getting easier every time you sit in the machine to kind of figure out how things feel.
Yeah, and look, you mentioned there the help you're getting, and it's you've touched on the support system you rely on as well, which is clearly integral.
Oh, being honest, like without Michael Curry, as I said, as my mental motivator, and then Joe Cunningham and Castle Connell, both club, like they've been brilliant, even to, I suppose, take the risk of putting me out on the water, showing me the coaching that's needed in order to get good on the run machine. And then with Kevin Shalhoub in K-Fit and Kirosh, like he's doing my strength and conditioning, and there's nothing that, being honest, any of the three of them, if I ask, they won't move the world to try and get things sorted, figure out problems, make things easier for me in order to be able to do this. And then, like without mum and dad, I wouldn't be able to do it either, because I'm an hour and 20 minutes away from the boat club in Castle Connell, and with no eyesight, I'm dependent on others to get me where I need to go. So it's a massive deal. Like this, as I said, this gold medal is basically a family gold medal, because Michael Curry is my first cousin, mum and dad are there, and basically Joe Cunningham and Kevin Shalhoub, they might as well be family now, because everyone's invested, everyone's involved, and I'd be lost without them all.
Even the travel aspect that you touched on there, Shane, can all of that be wearying at times? You know, you're talking about well over 2.5 hours around travel before, and then you put all the workload and the training in on top of that. And as you said, it's 6 days a week. You started in March, 10 months before the competition itself. Are there ever moments, and maybe that's where mental strength comes into it, where you're tempted to just say, "Oh God, I'm wrecked. I can't keep doing this"?
Yeah, there are days where you just kind of want to kind of throw in the towel, but then you kind of say, yeah, there's a club behind me. I won't say people are relying on me, but there's people who basically given a lot of their time to give me the help required. So then I can't do a lot. So I just kind of say, that's it. I'll put my time in the run machine, and hopefully then on the day the training will pay off, where I'll get able to go. Basically, thanks to the club, thanks to Joe for putting the time in to give me the coaching required, and Michael and Kevin for the support and the strength and conditioning to get me where I need to go.
I mean, it's brilliant for you, and I'm sure everyone in Cree is very proud of you, not just winning the first one, but backing it up with victory at the weekend as well. But, Clare had a strong showing at the championships in general, which, I'm sure you're delighted with, but how important is that local support to you?
It means huge. Like, it means a huge amount. Like, just to know, like, that, I suppose your full area. Like, I'm from Clanmore, just outside Cree. Like, everyone is backing you to the hilt. There's no one that doesn't know about her. There's no one that doesn't kind of, when they meet you, say, "Were you out the weekend? How are things going?" And it makes a huge difference. Like, it gives you a nice little pick me up on days where you wouldn't be feeling that that happy to be out and about, or you might be tired from a training session or something like that.
Do you feel a responsibility, or maybe privilege is more the pertinent word, in representing athletes, visually impaired athletes, on a national stage and achieving what you've achieved?
You do, because the thing is, like, I suppose the easiest way to say it is, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's the thing, because, like, just because we'll say visually impaired, maybe some people have a physical disability, a mental disability, it doesn't mean that if you have the right back and that you can't do anything, that you put your mind to.
What's next for you, Shane, after this win? Do you take a break now, between now and maybe, is it March again, you're going to start your ramp up the training again, or are there other competitions for the rest of 2026 to look forward to or prepare for?
I'm hoping to be more competitive on the water. I'm hoping to train to actually get better on the water, and maybe try and see if I can represent Castle Connell, the boat club, in on the water events.
Okay, well, look, we wish you well with that, and I have every confidence I'll be chatting to you around January of 2027 when you do the three-peat, Shane. So looking forward to that. No pressure. I don't mean to be putting any pressure on your shoulders.
I was going to say thank you. No pressure at all.
Well, look, if anyone's able to handle it, it's yourself, Shane. Thanks very much. That's Shane O'Malley there, the back-to-back national indoor rowing champion.